Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ryan on the Monday Night Family Show. I'm trying something out here tonight. I'm going to see if this works. We're going to see if you guys can hear me now. Remind you to like, share, and subscribe. I just want to see how the internet connection is this way. Maybe it was something on Richard's end. So if you do hear me, yes, there you are. I think it's when I connect to another link, it screws it up. But let's see how quick the people come on here for this little bit of a family show. Again, I'm just checking to see how internet is working. So you YouTubers say hello, Facebookers say hello. Then I know we are working. We are back. Yes, we are. Is the service signal better? Please let me know if it is. Again, everything depends on how good the internet works. Sometimes it's a bit shoddy. I had someone say that the one video didn't update. And yeah, the video didn't update because I canceled it before it updated the full way because I was kind of in a rush. And away we go. So we are on tonight. We're going to do it without Loft Manager Richard. So that's okay. Very clear now. No buffering. All right. So it's when I connected the two units. The signal wasn't strong enough. Hey, that's one of those things. So getting back to what we were saying here before on the show, I'm talking about combines doing things that are ridiculous. You know, making, for instance, first thing is I hear in the Eastern Ontario combine, the first thing they say is we're going to put one loft per property. How ridiculous is this? I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard about. One loft per property. Well, what happens if you want to have your own team and your wife wants to have her own team? And what happens if your kids want to have their own team? Like, what is that doing to grow the sport? Putting one loft on a property. I don't understand. I just can't figure out why that is. I don't know what the advantages are. I'm trying to figure it out because maybe you know what? I'm thinking these people that put these stupid suggestions in, maybe they have an idea that I can't think of because I can't figure out why we would want one loft per property. Does anybody have a idea on why we would want one loft per property? Why can't we have more lofts per property? Why does the property have to have a limit on lofts? Why? What's the reasoning? Do we not want our kids to participate? Do we not want our wives and husbands to participate? Hell, do we not want to maybe have an extra team or two? What's wrong with that? We're buying pigeons, we're buying expensive clocks, we're buying baskets, training units to take them down the road. And now we're getting a limit on how many lofts we can have. Now, what happens if you're a loft too that already has like 5 lofts on your property and you've been flying with multiple lofts for multiple years? What happens to that? These are the questions that I ask because I think this proposal of one loft per property is completely ridiculous. It's actually stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And it's completely shrinking pigeon sport, not trying to make it grow. What do we got here? Slightly buffering. Hey, just disconnect, reconnect. Maybe it's on your thing. One loft doesn't bother me as much as 5 bird clocking, and why 30 bird pigeons if only 5 count. Okay, so The first thing is they suggest, from what I can gather here, is one loft. Then we're going to put in a 30 bird shipping limit, which to me is still backwards. Still backwards. Why we have to have a 30 bird shipping limit? Okay. 30 bird shipping limit. I've looked at the trailers in the Up North Combine and the EOC Combine and the Niagara Combine. They can hold a few thousand birds each. I don't think birds is an issue. So the next thing we're looking at is you get a 30 bird shipping limit, and then they're giving a 5 bird clocking limit. So why would we have a 5 bird clocking limit? Are not all your birds worth getting clocked? All the birds that you guys spend money on, are they not worth to get clocked? All the birds that you put the time and effort in, aren't they worth getting clocked? Don't they have a right to get read? I know, like in Australia, they only clock one bird and they're allowed to ship, I think, 50. And it's absolutely backwards. I had the people from Australia with me on the tour, and they were mind effed on how good it was. How, oh, in Canada you can ship 30 or 40 birds and all the birds clock, and you can see where the rankings is. Guys, if you only have a 5 bird clocking limit, you'll never find your champion birds, because your champion birds sometimes are your 8th bird clock, your 6th bird clock. You get 10 on the drop. They're all equal first, but the first bird's getting 10 more points than the 10th bird. So a 5 bird clocking limit. This sounds like the people that are putting in these suggestions, they can't fly pigeons. And what they want to do is they want to screw up people that are out there trying and wanting to see results and pushing. And maybe not even. I mean, even if they weren't, all the birds should get clocked. Shane says, there is no limits on lofts. There shouldn't be limits on how many birds you can ship. Well, Shane, this is why people got to go to meetings. This is what I heard. They're putting a clocking limit, one loft per property, and a 30 bird limit. Now, what do you guys think? You just dead them that spot of land from flying. You just deed them that spot of land to fly from. I don't know. I don't know what you mean, Peevler. Try it again. Let's look at the comments. Old Boys Club, closed minded. No, 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 Randy. We don't call it the Old Boys Club. No, no. We're making an excuse for people. That's all we're doing. And we're just making an excuse. The more competition we fly against, the better our birds are going to get. So by only clocking 5 birds, if that combine only going to clock 5 birds and only ship a 30 bird limit, why doesn't the combine, they can do this so much easier? Whatever moron made this suggestion, and this is the moron, whoever, I don't know who it was. And Oscar, I don't think you're this moronic. I think if you're in that combine, Oscar and Linda, you got the $400,000 pigeon loft and you're doing a one loft thing and everything. You better get up there and stand up, because you ain't going to be able to fly your multiple teams out of there. But anyways, people better go to the meeting. And here's another thing: if I'm all over the place tonight, it's 2:30 in the morning, and I'm just saying, from where I am, I hear this nonsense, and I think to myself, that's exactly why I don't want to fly pigeons in Canada. This is exactly why, for nonsense shit like this. Makes it no fun. What's the point of taking your birds down the road and training them? Who gives a shit? Just park them all. Park them all. Let the guys that want to fly, The morons that made this rule up, let them fly by themselves. Let them go in the corner and touch themselves in the corner. They're gonna have a really good time. Maybe I'm friends with this person. I don't know. This is just my opinion on it. I would never allow such nonsense. If you pay to have your birds on the truck, your bird should get a reading. No five bird. And if we're gonna do five bird, hell with it. One bird shipping, one bird clocked. That's it. Why do we gotta take it away for people that are doing the work? Why do we gotta screw up young new flyers? A young new flyer started in the Port Hope Club. If he doesn't quit flying pigeons this year, it'll be amazing. And if he does quit, I'm going to give the whole Eastern Ontario combine a moron star. I think the club should have limits or a race B. Why? Why do we need to have one race, two races? You know what? Everyone wants everything fast. And everyone wants big numbers, JD. Everyone wants big numbers. The Hoosier, they took in 19,000. The Florida Pigeon Derby, 9,000. The Pioneer Race, it's a pile of shit. Why? There's only 100 birds in it. So, no, JD, that's horse shit. Don't give me that shit. That's weak shit. We all want numbers, man. Nobody has a 3-inch dick. They're all 6 and 9 inches, ain't they? Isn't that how it is? Come on. No. It should be no shipping limit. How much can the truck hold? You have a 30 bird limit, and every bird over the 30, you pay $3. Done. Now the clubs and the combines are making money. Clocking limits? There's no clocking limits. It's funny. Benzing's out there pushing clocks that can clock 1,000 pigeons, and your clock can hold 1,000 pigeons. The G2 can hold 300 pigeons. The M3 can hold 10,000 pigeons. But oh no, this clock's useless. Why? We're only allowed a 5 bird clocking limit. You know what, JD? If you allow them to have a 5 bird clocking limit, eventually in the one-off races, it'll be the same thing too. Well, I don't know. I don't really care. Anyways, either way, just sell them that spot of land for $1 and put it in their name. This way, this is the way around it. No, yeah, Michael Peevler, this is called bullshit. That's called more work than needs to be. Do you guys want to fly pigeons? Yeah. How many lofts you want to put up? Okay. Do you have the right clock? Do you have the right measurements? Cool. Put them in. Anyways, I just hear this stuff and I shake my head. Now, the 5 bird clocking limit is ridiculous because you'll never find out champion birds. But these morons that put this into effect, that suggested it, they were so smart that they didn't think of, well, I suggest if we're putting a 5 bird clocking limit in, why don't we take champion birds out? Because you can't find champion birds that way. No, you can't. You can't find it. You get false results. So the Eastern Ontario Combine is wanting to make false results for people. But I can see that because the Eastern Ontario Combine let Oscar and Linda DeVries cheat down the road with the truck. And they didn't do nothing. No, they didn't do nothing. I don't know who motioned it. If anyone knows who motioned it, put it in the comments. All I hear is words from the grapevine. Now, I also heard that Derek Walsh is getting out of pigeons. I haven't talked to Derek. I talked to him about 3 weeks ago. Everything was great. I was going to come and visit him. I got to select some birds for an auction. But I guess I'm going to have to call. Now, again, maybe everything I just said was a rumor here. So if anybody's watching, and this is true, what I've just said about the Eastern Ontario Combine, Please let me know who is the one who mentioned it, or if it is correct. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. I don't know how the pigeon sport is going to ever grow in North America when we think, as Randy said, closed-minded people. The pigeons I'm selling, don't buy them. Nobody buy them. Don't. Don't. At least here in Europe, they're thinking in the right direction. Guys, I just want to let you guys know while comments come in, we've got two auctions running right now. We got the first one, combination Van Zoren. You guys have been hot to trot with combination Van Zoren. These birds are up for sale now. They will close this weekend at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. All been hand selected by Art, Alfred, and myself. There they are. You can go and take a look at them. And we've got something real special. Alfred and Art Van Zoren, they recommended to me about a year and a half ago this husband and wife, or this couple's team of combination Potten and Lehman. And I will say something, the quality of the pigeons they gave on the first auction was tremendous. And the auction wasn't really a big sale. Birds went out and people were happy. I come back with them this year and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The pigeons they selected are second to none. World class, super. They gave two proven racers here and two late breds. Both, all four of them, scored perfect scores, 10s out of 10s. The race results on these pigeons are second to none. Well, YouTube isn't working. I don't know. That's ridiculous. To ship 30 birds and clock 5 could be cheating a lot of birds out of placing high on the sheet. Wow. That's what the Eastern Ontario, whoever proposed this in the Eastern Ontario Combine, whoever did it, maybe you weren't thinking, but I'd like to know what your thought of it was. I don't see the positive in it. All I see is you're not getting the results and you're trying to make some adjustments. If you want to get to the top, you have to outwork all the people around you. That's how you get to the top. In life, if anything, that's how you get to the top. Changing the rules doesn't do it. It helps you just a little bit, but it doesn't really, because champions still get to the top. And a 5 bird clocking limit, when the champions want to get to the top, they'll pound you still with the first 5. Why? Because it's just better. They're just better. 5 bird clocking only makes everyone worse, including yourself. Makes the losers feel better. That doesn't make them any better. And it makes the winners, they get bored and end up going and milking cows in a field. Anyways, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going to show you guys a pigeon. I'm going to show you a pigeon. Here he is, the first one. In Pot and Lane in auction, I'm going to show it. Guys, this pigeon, real good racer from 2022. He's a super cock. Perfect score, 100 out of 100. He has 27 top prizes. I'm going to show it here and now. I'm going to show him. Showed him the other day when I was at Pot and Layman's. Oh, he took a fabulous photo. Oh, easy, Pops. Easy, my man. Ooh, JD, I know you like to look at pedigrees. Don't look at the pedigree. Just buy the pigeon. Before I show him, I'm just going to read you his 27. Is it 27 scores? I'm going to read it. So he's fifth against 1,887 birds, second against 263, 21st against 1,800 birds, 120th versus 9,400, 32nd against 1,900, 19th against 950, 51st against 2,500, 23rd versus 1,000, 24th versus 1,000, 18th versus 671, 365th out of 12,000, 68th out of 2,500, 85th out of 2,100, 28th out of 690, 94th out of 2,300, 23rd out of 450, 24th out of 410, 15th out of 1,600, 33rd out of 420, 191st out of 1,800, 216 out of 1,800, 113th out of 904, 132nd out of 974, 268th out of 1,200, 101 out of 412, 229 out of 850, 127 out of 386. There's the results, guys. And the kilometers on this supercock are, the lowest one is 137 and the highest one is 465 kilometers. There he is. Easy pops. There you go. There he is. Ooh. I screwed up your foot. Sorry about that. Let me fix it. Keep it on the right side here for you. Do we know who these people are? Yeah, they're super sprint flyers in the Netherlands. Go take a look. Do your research on Potten and Lanen. They have Olympiada pigeons, and they specialize basically from 100 out to 500 kilometers, just short of 500 kilometers. You won't be disappointed. Here's the cock. And again, the cock has Van de Posch in it, which is Olympic Hurricane. You got a little William de Bruyn in this one. Actually, you got de Bruyn on the top. You got Peter Vandenberg. You got all big names here. Three big names. No, I fly in the combine. It's all true. It's all true. Oh, let me pull stuff back up. Do we know who these people are? Oh, you're not talking about the auction people. You're talking about the people in the Eastern Ontario Combine. I don't know who proposed it. I think it's just unbelievable. It's ridiculous, to be honest. And that's okay. You know what? Everyone has their opinions, and we're not going to like it. It doesn't mean I think the person's a bad person. I just trying to figure out what the reasoning is on it. But there's the supercock. Medium size, a little bit longer. Look at the nice step in his wing. Look at that. Look at that step right here. Look at it. Look at it. Woo. Guys, a proven racing machine. Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. But there's the cock from Combination Potten and Lanen. I thought you guys might like them. Okay. Look at the back. Look at the wedge. Look at the length of them. What do you guys think of that guy? Dave Crozier. What's going on, Dave? Let me take this off for a second. Those are results. I think this is one of the best racing pigeons I've ever sold that is raced. And Combination Potten and Lanen, they wanted to give something completely different. And the hen, I believe she has 30 top prizes. She's a beauty too, the 173. I'm going to bring her up momentarily. Again, what's your thoughts, guys? Reminder, running at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions, we got these two great auctions. These birds are impact pigeons. You all want the small off names with the big results, like Van Zoren. Van Zoren, very small off, now winning all throughout the US, all throughout the UK, an Olympiada ace pigeon in the Netherlands. Uh, both these auctions, the reason why I put them together is because it's a home run. And because Alfred and Art put us on to Potton and Lane, I figured we'd put them together. Oh, I'm gonna bring the other hen in. Oh, look at her. Ooh, my hair's all screwed up tonight. That's okay. Next hen up is the 173. Let's show her. She's a power bomb. Oh, of course, the phone's gonna fucking die. Let's just see. There we go. There we go. Let's see if that works better. There's the hen there. One of the easiest auction groups I've ever photographed. Super results. There's the wing. On the hen. Here's the 173. And her results, they're mind shattering as well. Take a look. Somebody just sent me motions of meeting. I can't open them now because I'm on the show. If I open it, it'll disconnect. But maybe next week we'll get into that a bit more. Again, I don't even know why I'm fighting. I'm not even fighting. I just think it's ridiculous. And I don't know the people in the Eastern Ontario. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what people are standing up for this and fighting. I'm fighting for your rights. Jeez. This hen was incredible as well. Wow. If you just look at her, if you just look at the results that could fit on the page, the 5, not the 29 or the 30, I can't fit them all on here. 8th against 2,700, 8th against 1,000, 24th against 690, 71st against 2,000, 43 against 1,100. And I mean, lots on here. Very great. And again, kilometers the same way. From 450 down to 123 kilometers. Now, nobody stands up because they'll get blackballed. But what are you getting blackballed out of? You either get blackballed one way or you get blackballed another. Which way do you want to get blackballed, Peevler? People don't stand up. But again, in a meeting, why don't you make a motion? And you can't just put a motion because you put a motion. And you can't just put a motion because you put a motion. Like you have to put reasons on why is this motion so good? What's the pros to the motion? What's the cons to the motion? Pros to the motion? What's the cons to the motion? And here's another question. If lofts have already been flying And here's another question. If lofts have already been flying with multiple lofts on their property, how with multiple lofts on their property, how can you just stop that? Shouldn't they have a grandfather right? Clocking limit. Again, the clocking limit is so backwards. It's so like who made the 5 bird clocking limit? Dave? Can you tell me who made the 5 bird clocking limit? It's easier if you guys just tell me who made these rules, and then we can get it out in the air and start breathing it, right? It's 2:30 in the morning, or it's almost 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock now here in the morning where I am. So could you guys please tell me who made these motions? It's okay, let it out. Spill it. Please don't tell me it was Oscar and Linda. It could be. Well, they can't win, so yeah, maybe it was them. I don't know. I'm not saying it was them. Who was it? Croji, who was it? I'm going to run this just a little bit longer before I shut her down. Look at, I got to have a shower. You guys tell me, who put the motions in? Does it even matter, though? It doesn't matter. I'm sure whoever put the motion in thought this was going to be a good idea, but I'm just trying to figure out what their idea was on it. And another thing, to make a motion at a club or in a combine, do you not have to go to the meeting? That's another thing. I don't think you should be able to write in your motion. I think you have to go and present it. And I think here's another thing. If you don't go to combine meetings or club meetings, you shouldn't even have a say. If you're not going to put the work in, you shouldn't have a say. That's just my thought. You know, it's easy to sit in the corner and make suggestions and not do any work. And again, maybe the people that put these motions in, they have really good reasons for it. You know, maybe their pay grade's higher than mine, and I don't know. And if they could just explain it to me on what's the reasoning. What's the reasoning to shrink the sport instead of grow it? All right. Well, you guys know who made the comment, so you guys post it in the comments below. You know, regardless of who made the comments, who not made the comments, regardless of who made the motion, I'm trying to figure out what's the benefit to the motion. Because everybody on here, nobody likes this. Now, who are these people that are on my show? We got Crozier, Marshman, we got Tracy, we got JD Teals, Van Zoren, Shane, Shady Hills Loft, Peevler. The list goes on and on and on. So if all these people say that's bullshit, then the whole Eastern Combine should say the same. But there's one guy or two guys that mentioned this is a good idea. That's what's amazing to me. That's what I'd love to hear. But hey, I'll have to find that out. I'll have to do some research and figure out who is the person. And maybe I'll even contact them and ask them what's their thought on it. Because maybe if I know their thought, then I can relay it to you guys and you'll say, oh, that's such a good idea. It's so much better than clocking all your birds. Clocking all your birds. All your birds did the work. All the birds do the work. It's funny. All the birds can go down the road. You can put, they want 30 birds to go down the road, but you can only clock 5. Here's a real cockamamie question. What happens if this rule passes and you're only allowed to clock 5, but 30 birds come on the drop and they all clock on the same second with benzing? So it's like 0, 0, 0, 0. There's no fraction, decimal points, nothing. All 30 of them. Would you then be disqualified? So we're going to have to write a new rule up for that. How are we going to clock champion birds? Because that's not going to be fair. Oh, I'm getting a headache already. Busy day tomorrow. I got to go over to Annex, grab some birds. I was at Bozeman's and Leakins today, picked up their birds, did their photography. Birds look great. I went to Mark and Gert Pollins and got their birds. Their birds look great. I got to hit a meal Denny. Oh, I got lots of lofts to visit. I'm always short of time during the day. I just wanted to come on and see what was wrong with the YouTube. For the guy that wanted to see the full Eddie Grugens video, I don't know if the whole thing uploaded because I shut it off before it was finished uploading. I'm sorry about that. I was in a rush. My mistake. I'm an asshole for that. I'm still learning. And if I look a little screwed up in the eyes, it's just because it's pretty late, and I took my pills there. But these two birds, guys, go look at Potton and Lanen. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, they're fantastic pigeons. They got the results. They're 500-kilometer pigeons. You're going to get wins right off the hop with them. They gave out of their very, very best. Proven racers, and the two late breds are super. I'm getting tired. Hendo, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Jeff Henderson from Australia. We had a super fun trip. Maybe next week on the family show, I'll post some pictures. Yeah, Shane, you guys want impact pigeons and you want to save a bit of money? These Potton and Lanen pigeons, the birds we're going to sell from them this year, we're only going to sell 6 Potton and Lanens. I will be shocked if they all don't breed super good, consistent, or winning pigeons right off the hop. That's my feeling on them. And I was so happy I went back. I loved their energy when I went into their place. They had that, hey, last year we got our birds out there. This year we're going to get our birds out there again. We're going to get them out there and people are going to start winning. And when people start winning, boom. And if you ask Peter from Potman Lane, anyone who gets his birds in their nomination auctions, they always do well. Best PF, the best. Yeah. So at least we got the internet working. I know what's going on. I got an idea. We're going to move our Monday night shows again now to 8 o'clock. I would like to move them earlier, but I've been consistent with 8:30, and I just want to try and keep them on Monday nights at 8 or 8:30. So that's the time she's going to be. And we're going to go from there. We have our match pairs auctions coming up. Okay, our match pairs open tomorrow, so you're going to have one more chance to get a pair of Eddie Grugens and a pair of Yost Goosens. They open up Wednesday morning. Take a look at them. You've got Pot and Lanen. Take a look at them, and you've got Combination Van Zoren. Take a look at them. Guys, there are so many damn good pigeons that we have selected. Ask Jeff Henderson. Message this guy and ask him the quality of pigeons he's seen. Ask him the quality of the auction birds. They've seen every one. Okay? You ask them, they will tell you. Again, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions, we try and bring you the best that we can. We push harder than any other auction site in the world. But these two auctions running right now, they are second to none from the Netherlands. Both friends, both winning pigeons, both Olympiada pigeons. Hey guys, that's what we do. And Feathers Elite, we've been getting such good references. I can't stop now. We got to keep the storm rolling. We got to keep that hurricane blowing. Guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I don't feel the best right now. I'm just tired out. And again, whoever does these motions at the club, every time you make a motion, it should be to try and make your club Grow and be bigger, not smaller, not shrinking. If you want to get muscles, you have to exercise them. How do you get your bank account big? You work at it. You don't just sit on the couch and eat potato chips. Your bank account don't grow that way. You get up in the morning and you go to work. That boss asks you to work overtime and you do it. Maybe you even get a part-time job. You have a little side hustle. That's you're growing. You have to work, work, work. Same with pigeons. Same with pigeon clubs. Same with pigeon combines. It's a muscle. You have to work it. As I say when I auction off pigeons, and I say it right now for Pont Lane, you people who don't acknowledge them because you don't know the name, you're so small-minded. It's not even funny. Think outside the box. I won't make a fool out of you, and I know they won't. Those pigeons are fantastic. Guys, I'm Ryan for this Elite Pigeon Auctions Pioneer One Lot Race Monday Night Family Show. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, bye for now. Whoops, where did I put the ending? Did I delete the ending? I probably did. If I deleted the ending, I must have. All right, bye for now.